welcome back to my channel once again, where today we are starting the first in a brand new series, which I hope you will all enjoy, where we look at the worst movie sequels ever. The cream of the crap, you may say. And starting us off today, oh god. I rewatched this shit last night, and frankly, I was just as terrified then as I was when I watched it as a child, and that is Return to Oz. Have you seen this? I recently did a video where I looked at the 3 best modern horror movies, but you know what? They've got nothing on what this movie does to you. It is terrifying. I'll link that video down in the description below so you can check that out as well. But I also did a video, which I will also link down below, when I looked at the 5 best musicals. And one of those was The Wizard of Oz. This is a sequel to The Wizard of Oz, and I hate it, and it's terrifying, and it's not even a musical! I really want to know what the producers, the creators, and the writers were smoking when they came up with this movie, okay? I feel like they were in some sort of hot room, injecting marijuana or something, and then the producers came up to them and was like, oh, we've got a spare $5,000, why not make a fan film out of The Wizard of Oz? And this is what they came up with. It genuinely feels like some sort of crap fan fiction you read online, where they make a dark twist out of something great. Because it's so dark and terrifying, how is this in the same universe as The Wizard of Oz? Just to put you in the picture of how crap this thing is. One of the reviews on the back of the DVD just simply says, Return to Oz picks up where the original masterpiece ended. That is the review they put on their DVD. They're trying to milk The Wizard of Oz being a masterpiece. They had nothing good to say about this movie, and all they could say about it was it picks up where the original ended. Brilliant. Okay, so talking about this movie, Dorothy is played by... what the hell is her name? Fairuza Balk, okay? And I know that Judy Garland is meant to be like 12 in the first one, but let's face it, she looks like she's 20. And this kid actor looks like she's about 11. So the actor in the sequel looks younger than the original actress in the first one, who's meant to be younger because this is a sequel. And I remember watching this as a kid and being so confused because the actress is younger than Judy Garland. What? But Billy, there's still hope. Remember Toto, that cute little dog? Well, don't you worry. Oh, he's not in it. Oh, but they replaced him with a chicken. Oh, well, that seems perfectly fine and normal, doesn't it? Ah, but don't worry, because they're going back to the magical land of Oz. And remember all our fan favourite characters like the Scarecrow, the Tin Man, the Lion? Oh, they're not in it. Oh, no, they are in it, but for 5 minutes. So what do they use instead? They use these really creepy, sort of naff knockoff versions of those characters. There's this guy called Jack the Pumpkin, and he's just this guy with a pumpkin on his head who looks vaguely like a scarecrow or something, and they use him as the Scarecrow character. And then there's this guy who's like a knockoff Tin Man made out of brass called TikTok. Oh my god, TikTok. You know, I'm flacking this movie, but it really was ahead of its time predicting TikTok was going to be a thing. And that's just baffling. If you're going to make a sequel and then bring in characters that are basically the same as the original characters, just bring in the original characters. Why would you not when they're there and you put them in at the end of the movie anyway? And you know what? I think it's because when they're in the end of the movie, they look shit. They are so off. It's like you're watching some sort of meth dream version of the characters. The Tin Man looks wrong. The Scarecrow's got this constant smile. He looks like the Joker. The Lion looks like he's half dead. Why? What was the budget for this thing? So they end up back in Oz, okay? And that is because Dorothy's mother, you know the lovable character in the first one? Yeah, she sends Dorothy to a mental institution to get electrotherapy by some mad doctor because she won't stop talking about Oz. It's a kids movie, guys. It's a kids movie, and the mother kidnaps the daughter and sends her to a mental institution to be electrified. What? Then there's this weird flash flood thing after this doctor runs after her with this horrible sad face machine. And she ends up in Oz, and Oz has gone tits up, you know, it's a mess, the road's knackered, we don't know what's happened. Which is quite an interesting concept, but they never explain why it's like that, what really happened. And if they do, they don't explain it well enough because I watched this literally 9 hours ago and I have no idea what happened to Oz. But at least there is a compelling villain. Oh no, there's 3 slightly compelling villains who are all absolutely terrifying. So one of the villains is this weird, really tall, odd woman who has this magical ability to take off her head and replace it with a different head. But where did she get the heads? Oh wait, she beheaded loads of people and there is this room full of like glass cabinets of just heads. There's literally hundreds of the damn things. She beheaded them all and killed them all. And there's this scene that's so graphic and she just takes off one head, sits it down, and the head's still active. It's doing all of this when she puts it down. Just picks up another head, puts it on like it was some sort of cap. And then you find out that she wants to do that with Dorothy. The fan favourite character. She wants to take Dorothy's head so that she can wear it. Dorothy walks down this corridor and there's all these heads doing this. And then there's this just headless woman who comes barging down with like a chainsaw ready to get Dorothy's head. It's like something out of Michael Myers' Halloween. What? So many questions. And how can you not talk about the Wheelers? If you haven't seen this movie, which I don't blame you, not many people have because it's crap. But if you haven't seen this movie, type into Google when you finish watching this video, Return to Oz, The Wheelers. And they are, oh my God. Think of the scariest thing you could think of, the scariest thing you've ever seen. Times it by 10. Then times it by another 10, and you still will not get to the same fear factor that you feel when you see these film catastrophes. They've got like these weird pop metal faces, and they go around on wheels, and they've got this horrible laugh, and this screechy voice, and they're all running after Dorothy like some sort of ring. I am getting scared, like, I'm scared for her when I watch this movie. I don't care about the Dorothy in this movie because she's played terribly. But even at that point, I was like, damn, get the girl out there. And then the final villain is this weird sort of CGI practical effect. You know, like the Polar Express, it's got that horrible animation. It's a little bit like that. And it's this weird king thing, which I assume is a knockoff of the Wizard. And I feel like it's kind of implied that he did this to Oz, but I don't know. And the 3 of the characters, the Pumpkin Man, the Crap Tin Man, Dorothy and this chicken, are there and they're just eating cake and whatever, having a little tea party with this evil king. And then the resolution, in order to get her friends back, is Dorothy has to rub some green stuff. Oh, sorry, emerald stuff. Because it's the Emerald City. How clever is that, guys? The sheer genius of this movie is fascinating. And then each green thing she rubs turns into one of her friends, the Scarecrow, the Tin Man, and the Lion. Like, how do you... I don't understand how she works that out. It's so random that she just happens to do it. And then she's like, oh, maybe this will work, because the plot needs it to work, and we've only got 20 minutes left of the film. And then they all show up, and then they fly to a forest on a sofa for some reason. Don't ask me why, I have no idea. And then they land on the sofa and they fix Oz. I have no idea how, but they do, because the king's like, you've found your friends, you rubbed the green things, yay. And then Dorothy is crowned like Queen of Oz or something, and that was pretty cool, you know, that was the only bit of the movie I was like, you know what, that's quite fitting, you know, I kind of like that. Oh, but the movie still needs to go on for another 10 minutes. Oh, what should we do? Oh, I know, we'll get Dorothy to go back home. Let's bring in the Ruby Slippers, because they're iconic, and how can we do a sequel without them? So Dorothy, who is Queen of Oz, decides she would rather go back home where her mother, aunt, I can't remember what it is, sent her to a mental asylum to get electrotherapy with a doctor, and then she got washed away by some flood and no one even looked for her. She would rather go there than stay in Oz with her 3 best chums, the Pumpkin and the Tin Man and the Chicken, than if she were to... Where's the logic? Seriously, where's the logic in this movie? I've watched it so many times. As a kid, I watched this a lot. Christ knows why. But I never really understood why she then decided, I want to go home, really. Home was alright. It's crap! The general consensus on this movie is that it's awful. I mean, it's on Disney Plus, so don't buy the DVD. Go to Disney Plus and watch it. you know, or don't. I don't care. It's awful. So, but I think just watching it as a fascinating piece of history as to why you shouldn't make a sequel like 40 years later with different characters and make it dark for no reason and not make it a musical. Everything that you can think of that's wrong with a sequel is in this movie. So watch it for that, because it's baffling. It's baffling. I was looking at some of the reviews on this thing, and one of them just simply put crap. And he's got a point. He's got a point. And another said, give my kids nightmares. Thank you, Disney. So that says it all, really, doesn't it? Don't show this to your kids. That's a good lesson. Don't show it to your kids. Even though it's a kids movie made by a kids studio. So that is the first episode of the series, guys, of the worst sequels of all time. If you enjoyed this video, please check out my other ones online and stay subscribed and hit that notification bell so you know when the next episode of the worst sequels is coming out. Also, whack on a little like on this video, and if you haven't subscribed already, subscribe and comment down below what sequels you would like me to take a look at, or sequels that you believe are the worst sequels of all time. And have you seen Return to Oz? If so, why? But let me know what you think of it. But until the next time, guys, it's been a blast, it's been a pleasure, and I'll see you in the next video.